Welcome to the Illuminati broadcast. I'm your host, David Moore. What's up? Yes, I'm the Messiah. Yes, you can call me Jesus. Yes, you can call me Ben David, but no matter what, I'm your God. You don't have a choice. All right. So first things first, number 73 in the Ars Goetia would be Halahel. He is both partly good and partly evil. And then in the Bible, the last chapter is 73. So there's 72 chapters in the Catholic Bible. And then there's 73 books in the Bible, right? And then in the Ars Goetia, there's 72 goetic spirits and one extra one called Halahel. And it's kind of hidden, but it's at the end of the book. But it's basically like the front and the back of the book. It's supposed to be like the book. So when you work with the spirits, this is Halahel, this outer binding, right? And then on the inside is the rest of the spirits. Yeah, so this would be the 72nd spirit. This would be the first one. So the first all the way through to the 72nd, you count by twos, and on the corners you count by fours. Remember that, okay? Because I try to teach the AI that, and it doesn't really catch on. I'm like, all right, it's simple. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and so on. These are always going to be 4 spaces. Every one of these is 2 spaces. So you end up on 72 at the end of it all. Because there's 32 spaces on this. Let's see. And then, so the 73 would be this whole board. This would be the whole board of 73, right? So partly good and partly evil, day and night, right? So Revelations is about day and night. All right, let's see. I wanted to do a little bit of prophecy so we could figure out how things are going. I think the other day I did one and it came out pretty good. And I think what you are supposed to do is, as long as you share it and you kind of talk about it in your own way, it kind of reverberates and hits, like, it gets louder and louder, a din, I suppose, or a wave, and it just keeps growing bigger and bigger and bigger the more you just work on it, right? So we're going to try to work on conquering the earth, and hopefully my neighbors can't hear me and I'm not bugging them, right? All right, so let's see. Today's the 21st or the 22nd. Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Today might be the 22nd, right? I think today's the 22nd. Yeah. It's a Sunday. Today's the 22nd. So maybe we'll do tomorrow's day and see what that's all about. So we'll do the 23rd. And we'll see what spirit that is. So we have... That's actually Furcus. So that's number 50. Crochel and Furcus, okay? So we're going to start with Crochel, because this is going to be the daytime. Number 49, Crochel. The 49th spirit is Crochel or Crockle. He appears in the form of an angel. He is a duke, great and strong, speaking something mystically of hidden things. He teaches the art of geometry and the liberal sciences. He, at the command of the exorcist, will produce great noises like rushings of many waters, although there be none. He warmeth waters and discovereth baths. He was the order of protestates or powers before his fall. He governs 48 legions. Okay, so in Pokemon, that would be Lickitung. So if you look, you can see his tongue. And in Pokemon, Lickitung is a bathroom kind of spirit. He licks up the bathhouses with his tongue and cleans it. A lot of people don't know that, but that's the mythical creature he's based off of, like a yokai. So that's how you can kind of tie these in. So with the Pokemon producers from Game Freaks, this was their job to make these spirits into Pokemon, and they had to kind of make it in a way where you couldn't tell right away who they were, because then nobody would buy them. I saw on Yu-Gi-Oh! On YouTube, they're like, why is Pokemon have more longevity than Yu-Gi-Oh! And like more interest? Why do people like Pokemon more than Yu-Gi-Oh? One fact or all the facts are, Pokemon is simple, right? It's for kids. It's very simple, easy to understand. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a lot more complicated, more advanced. And then the illustrations are more extreme, and the Pokemon illustrations are pretty simple. You can just draw them and imagine them easily. But also Pokemon was smart because it didn't really tie in a lot of like imagery, occultism. There's a bit of it, but you wouldn't be able to tell right away. You wouldn't notice. Of course, if you're a Christian Bible thumper, yes. But if you're not, then you wouldn't really be able to notice. You'll just be like, oh, it's a cute idea. With Yu-Gi-Oh, you can see right away you're dealing with demons and creatures and a lot of like sexual innuendos, right? Pokemon, not so much. So there's that big difference. It's an age gap. One is for children, one is for teens, pre-teens, and etc. Okay, so Crochell, he teaches the art of geometry and liberal sciences. He speaks of mystically of hidden things. So maybe there's going to be some good news. Okay, what I've been doing with the Crystal Beast from Yu-Gi-Oh! There's 7 Crystal Beasts. So Emerald Tortoise would be associated with this one because it's air. And the green tortoise, right? So I guess I could see him, if he's a great and strong Duke, speaking mystically of hidden things. So maybe tomorrow there'll be messages about things that are hidden, or maybe you can receive some kind of messages like that. Maybe like I could do a spell, or I send out like a sprite, like a whirlwind sprite, to go get information for me and then bring it to me and speak to me. Maybe I'll have like a really good dream. Let's see, he teaches art of geometry and liberal sciences. So geometry and liberal sciences. So maybe like building things and counting numbers. And usually when I think of liberal sciences, I think of something that's going to set you free. So maybe he can kind of find an answer like, hey, maybe he can help me with money or something to be able to figure out how to get freedom. And tomorrow's going to be Monday. So Monday is a moon day. So if you want to like work with him and you send him out, he's going to open a lot of doors. It's going to be easy for him to travel and get news for you. He at the command of the exorcist will produce great noises like rushing of many waters, although there be none. That's kind of cool. Maybe like he can bring a lot of information about like emotions and help you understand what you're feeling. Or I don't want to say drown out the noise around you, but like calm you and bring you tranquility. Or maybe he can even like influence people to do what he wants. He warms waters and discovers baths. So maybe there's like some kind of relaxation tomorrow. Plus it's a water element, right? Monday. And then we're in Pisces month, March. So, there's probably a lot of good energy with water right now. Alright, and 48 Legions, you could always just look at his spirit behind him. So if I was using a spell and I was imagining Emerald Tortoise, I could put 48 Hagenti, the 48 spirit is Hagenti. He is a president appearing in the form of a mighty bull with griffin's wings. He can appear in the human shape. His office is to make men wise and instruct them in diverse things. Also to transmute all metals into gold and change wine into water and water into wine. So I can put Emerald Tortoise and Amber Mammoth together. So I'll be doing a whole bunch of whirlwinds and creating earthquakes, right? With the energy of the flood and the eagle. Even Saturn. Because we have Pisces and Saturn with each other, right? Alright. Also, I want to say thank you to everyone that's fighting in the war, because you are heroes and you're making a difference in this world. And don't let anybody stop you from being heroes, because you deserve so much respect for all the effort you put into this. You deserve everything. Amen. Thank you. Alright, let's see, the next one is Furcus. The 50th spirit is Furcus. He is a knight and appears in the form of a cruel old man with a long beard and a hoary head, riding upon a pale-colored horse with a sharp weapon in his hand. His office is to teach the art of philosophy, astrology, rhetoric, logic, chiromancy, and pyromancy in all their parts perfectly. He has under his legion power of 20 legions. Let's see who's 20 is. Person. So that's a king. So when I'm working with Furcus, he's a knight, so I can imagine Sapphire Pegasus, and he's fast, right? And he can bring out more crystal beasts, but I can imagine him with Topaz Tiger, because Topaz Tiger is the sun energy. Let's just keep going real quick. So he could teach you about like fire and philosophy. He's really smart, and he's a knight. So knights can't be bound at twilight, so they can work all day. So tomorrow, whatever kind of spell you do with Pegasus and the tiger, you can get a lot done, because the tiger is going to represent the lion, right? And so with those chakras, you have the heart chakra, and then you have the sacral chakra. And then, so that would be green and orange, because presidents are represented by earth, so they are usually represented by yellow or orange, but the yellow is going to go for the tiger, which is the lion, right? Because it's a sun, it's gold. And then I guess we'll be working with like our aura and our solar plexus tomorrow as well. So our heart, our sacral, our solar, and our astral form, right? That'll be the energies for tomorrow. And they're going to be enhanced by water. So you can imagine like a lot of water around you or something. So it can stay cool and refreshing in your life. Let's see. Those are really good ideas. That's how I like to work my magic sometimes, just so it can come out really consistent. But if we look here, I'm just going to mention some things about Revelations, because they mention, okay, there's going to be a great beast, blah, 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 blah. He's going to be like half leopard and half bear. So you have this lion energy here, which is obviously going to be the leopard. But even the moon energy is pretty leopard as well. But usually earth energy is that bear. So you have the bear right here. And then I think it says that it has like eagle wings. So what you should always remember is that the water signs are always going to be associated with Jupiter, and Jupiter's the eagle. So yeah, that earth. That's why like Amber Mammoth is that, like, even though he's not a bear, you can see that he's heavy, right? And honey is very like yellow and ambery color, right? It's that nectar, it's that golden nectar. And then you have this lion, and that could be the leopard. But yeah, that's how they would interpret things in the Bible. So if you ever see they're like describing an animal or just any kind of description, is always going to come from here. It's always going to be tied into this. So that just can help you like do prophecy. The thing with prophecy is how it works is you're never going to get the right answer. You're always going to get the energy, and then you take that energy and you put it out into the world, and you let it manifest, and you let it move around, and you let it do what it has to do, so it can activate, and it becomes more powerful throughout the universe or whatever, you know. So that's just a quick little interpretation, prophecy, diagram, whatever. Yeah, we have March and Saturn, so this would be the Eagle and Sapphire Pegasus. So usually, like, I'll start it off with that. I'll bring out the Eagle, make all that water, and then I'll bring out Pegasus to like fly around and control that water in a sense, so it can create like an aura around me, like of the whole earth, the globe. So when I'm doing my magic, I'm affecting the whole globe, not just one part of the world. I'm affecting the whole thing. And then I'll probably go into the Duke, Crochelle, and I'll enhance him. So what I do is I give him air. I give him, what else does he want? He wants air, and what was the other spirit we're going to work on? Earth. He wants air and earth. So I'm going to help him with his oxygen, with the love, and then I'm going to help him with the earth, so he has all these energies. And then they can enhance him, and he can go out and do things and not get stopped, and he can get a lot done. And then like right now I'm praying for my sister so that she can have a better life. Another thing, let's see, after that we're gonna have Furcus. So then he's a knight, so I can imagine Sapphire Pegasus. And who else was I gonna use? Topaz Tiger. So I can use a lot of my like that Saturn energy and just enhance him and make him stronger and give him some directives, and then do the same thing for Topaz Tiger and like really give him a lot of solar energy so he can move through the universe and the astral realm and get me a lot done. So that's how you work with your familiars. They're going to be your spirit guides and your allies, but they're also connected to you, so you can influence them, you can control them, you can put them on autopilot, and you can let them control you too at the same time. Like, there's a lot of flux and flow that goes with it. If you ever watch Shaman King, that's a good way to start learning how to do stuff like that. It's like an oversoul, so you put in energy in your oversoul so that way you can use it later, right? And you can use music or movies or different things or art or things that you really enjoy and let it enhance it and create a huge energy spike. But just to make sure you get your rest, drink lots of water, eat healthy, get exercise, socialize. You can't just be stuck, because that's not how the magic works. You got to really be healthy in a lot of different ways. So take care of yourself, be good, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.